So we know how the song goes. Glory, glory, Man United. But is there any glory in them now? The Red Devils are having a horrid season. They've just lost in the Champions League to Galatasaray at the time of recording. And the worst thing of them all, they've got Harry Maguire. I'm only joking. I'm a big fan of him. As welcome to the Manchester United rebuild. This time we're going to make it difficult, as I know I've just done one of these. That was in series form. As today, look at Ten Haag without his face scan now. We've got some critical objectives, loads of money, but we've got to speak about what we're going to do with it. So the rules of this challenge are pretty simple. We've got to win the Champions League. With Man United, we have got to win the Premier League as well. But the biggest rule of all, we cannot sign anyone in season number 1. You guys love the long form one of Man United, so we're gonna do it again. He's gotta get it right. What sort of football do we play though? It can't be counter-attacking or anything. I think it's gotta be tiki-taka. And we've hired many coaches to try and get the best out of this squad. Ten Hag's gotta do the most of it. And I'm going to rebuild it because I want it to go to the future. As this is the squad that we've picked out. You can see we're trusting our youth with Holland and Garnacho being the two up top. Helped out by Rashford. I am going to be sticking with Onana as much as I kind of want to replace him. Martinez and Varane at the back. But on the bench, we do have Harry Maguire over Lindelof. Feel like a side quest for this save could be reviving the player that some of you guys say I look like. Now, is that really true? The way we try and get around the signing hack this season is using the academy. Of course, players won't be near it and aren't at the moment. With the money that we've got, of course, I'm going to be hiring a lot of scouts. But of course, despite our academy, we will not be forgetting about the players right here that are already young, out on loan. Like Fernandez, maybe Hannibal. We're going to get them all on the loan list, of course. Apart from Garnacho, we're going to avoid that one. And although we're fresh to this, we're already expected to reach the Champions League final. Do the Glazers know where the club is right now? Obviously not, because the sale of players has started. Hannibal's gone out on loan. We're losing Emerson. Granted, he's not the main player at the club, but that could be a sign of things to come. And now the big one. The Butcher is literally leaving. The next one to go is Bennacer, and don't you dare touch that Garnacho offer. And we've arrived at that game against Wolves, so as long as Onana doesn't go around punching people and the Glazers decide not to sell him, we should be alright. Maguire in the defence, and it is a high-scoring 5-3. Rashford actually collecting a hat-trick. Will he be our main man? It is the loss of 2 other players, though. We've sold Lindelof to just weaken our defence, and Pilistri going to a rival, and that is the window over as well. So we have held on to quite a few players. I'm surprised to see, or I want to see our budget, which is 364 million. I say as well, if we fail to get Champions League football next year, maybe the same happens again. As it's not a great start. We've already lost a game. I think that was to Tottenham. But the Champions League, we know the group. It's the real life one with Bayern Munich, us, Copenhagen, Galatasaray. Can a young squad of Man United players plus a Harry Maguire get through? And it already begins. The board are unhappy. But also, Man United versus Grimsby Town in the FA Cup. I've got the shirts on. Go on, the Mariners. Do have the expectation of winning this as well. So, I kind of hope we don't. The league is all we care about at the moment, which sees us sign 6th position. Fulham having the season of their lives. We're falling out here. It could be a non-signing season again. We really need to get going as the Champions League. I see Galatasaray there. I see Bayern Munich. And that means we've dropped out. Bayern Munich on goal difference. Galatasaray won the group. At least Copenhagen spared our blushes. Honestly, lads, what is going on? I mean, the team still looks, well, looks where we left it. Not great. And we've still got Jadon Sancho in the reserves getting unhappy, but we want to add a bit of realism though, don't we? Garnacho and Højlund progressing. Not as much as I would want. Amrabat's okay. We're just going to battle on. Oh, hang on, though. Hang on. We've got an academy to check. Any decent players? Angus Anderson. I like the alliteration. You're going to get yourself promoted, my friend. And the rest of you can keep training. Because honestly, if it keeps going like this and we can't sign players, you lot will be in the team. And how's this going to go? Grimsby playing the kick and rush tactic. We don't have enough for the bench, but we do win. Alex Hunt with a goal, Garnacho. I hate that I celebrated that. Holland with a red card. Unlucky Mariners. And to put some salt in the wounds, after Grimsby losing, Man United, who we're managing right here, have lost Jadon Sancho. Yes, he wasn't a great player for us, but he's gone back to City. Look how mishmash our team is right now. We've got Fernandes, who can't actually do anything. We've got Varane, who's been injured ages. Wan-Bissaka. It is a mess. Youth players, but it's still a mess. I'm going to have to stick with it, though, and I'm going to have to see if we don't release any more players from transfers, if we can get somewhere. As it's fair to say, at the end of the season, we smashed the making money mark, but just above that, you can see we are in the Champions League places. No FA Cup, no Champions League, no Europa League. There's no getting away. It's been a disappointing season, but to get into the place that we have done, 4th position with the team we have, with Harry Maguire, that's okay. FA Cup, we were beaten on penalties by Liverpool to make it a little bit sour. I don't want to check that competition. I want to check this one where we lost to Arsenal. As he got 14 goals this season, the Danishman. As you can see, Bruno got quite a bit of involvement, but Marcus Rashford was the main man for us. Even Anthony must have been playing more than Garnacho, who hasn't really progressed that much. A bit sad about that one. We've got some decent players at the club, but of course, well, we can spend money, but it's still disappointing. So, what do we do this season? How much do we get? Just a little bit of money. Then again, the expectations go up. They want the Champions League winning, FA Cup, all the usual stuff. I don't want to go mental with that money, because I do want to improve the team we've got. I think Anthony has to come in, and Scott McTominay was actually playing centre-back over Maguire. I cheated a little bit. Yeah, not going to go crazy with the money because I do want to still keep going with some youngsters. Diallo, Garnacho as well. And look how many we actually promoted last season. We've got Hannibal back, Fish back, and Williams. And as we approach our first game of the season, we are on a Saudi Arabia tour. We have a first signing coming to the club, a centre-back who may surprise you. Welcome back, Chris Smalling. He's at Manchester United. Legend, let's say, and he's back from his stint in Italy. He's gone on the cheap as well, 11 million. He's going to help some youngsters hopefully come through. Didn't want to go too crazy with the first signing, of course. I don't want to just go and buy this title. I still want a bit of a challenge. Although, of course, saying I don't want to buy it, I still want to win it. He's the only man through the door. With Preston our first game, congratulations to those for getting promoted. That is a big deal. Ryan Lowe's been a great manager, getting them all the way to the Premier League. Varane and Smalling get the win for us. Well, not them in particular, but Anthony, after we were losing to Alan Brown. If we would have lost, I would have been fuming. So getting that win, we're going to reward ourselves, of course, with more signings. Here in Dewsbury Hall, we're going to try and do a Madison with this man from Leicester City, who just got promoted. But a difficult thing to digest on deadline day is the sale of Raphael Varane. Back to France he goes, but we've got a man coming in our direction. Don't crucify me in the comments for this. I'm hoping it works out. We are taking a huge gamble by getting Jordan Pickford into Manchester United. Yes, the Jordan Pickford. Smalling, Dewsbury Hall and Pickford. 3 British players, and he's to replace Onana, who still is at the club, by the way. That's going to cause issues. Don't worry, I changed it up a little bit for the first couple of games. We had an easy start. Fernandes goes back in. I'm going to just go with Anthony for now and Delo over Wan-Bissaka. Maguire is still here redeeming himself. We haven't forgot about that arc. Character arc that's going to be one for the century, but that is it for now. That is the team that's going to go into this season. It seems a good start to the season, but before we check the Champions League group, an awkward thing in training is that Newcastle are actually having Onana, and Pickford's a Sunderland boy. They will be beefing in the goalkeeper reunion corner. Union corner. I don't know what it is, but you can see right there, Group H, us, Dortmund, Sevilla, and Panathinaikos. Panathinaikos? I'm not good with names. And this is how the results have gone so far. It's pretty decent, if you ask me. There is some red spots in there, but I don't know. Wouldn't make for a nice Starburst packet, that's for sure. As we are top of the league. 1 defeat in the Premiership. 1 defeat. And I I can't believe that, really. The team seems weaker. We could already complete that off our bucket list. We're through in the Champions League as well. Benfica. We topped the group. Even Dortmund went out. We just went into the last game. I keep switching it before the camera comes on because I want to give Garnacho and Diallo a bit of game time. Dewsbury Hall's came in and done okay. But overall, it looks like Rasmus is getting better. Rashford. Maguire's still here. I think when we put Anthony back in the team alongside Bruno Fernandes, that just makes it 10 times even better. But then again, when there's positivity in the air, the Glazers strike again. They have sold Casemiro. Not only him though, but also Diogo Dalot goes to Bayern. Casemiro went to Milan. That does hurt, and especially now the window just shut as well. We've got to go on to Benfica, and we've got to try and finally win a trophy. So let's get going against Benfica. They do the kick and rush, so they're just kicking it and hoping for it. We've got a bit of fatigue, but Mount and Shaw the result up. Still a second leg to go and some unhappy faces. Is that because we're only 1 goal up in this? We don't just stay that way though, because we get another 2. Holland and Mount. And we will face Inter. Looking at the team still there, Juve and Atletico play each other. Real Madrid's lower down. No City, no Barca. We genuinely might have a shot. Let's see how this goes for us though. We've only got to beat what's in front of us, and it is only a draw again. We are on 10 to hooks, but can we beat AC or not AC? Definitely not AC. It's Inter Milan. And we do. Oh, and surely this is it. Surely this is our chance. Sevilla. We can't bottle chances like this. We're Man United, and we have squeezed that 1-0 win. But still 1 leg to go. Go. I was going to say go, and that's where we're going. We're going out. We have lost 4-1 after being 1-0 up. Bottle jobs. Absolutely every single one of those players should hang their heads in shame. It's going to have to be a rebuild inside of a rebuild in a minute, because when I show you the Premier League, we bottled it as well. And it wasn't even defeats we bottled it with. It was draws, drawing bloody games, and now finishing without a trophy. That's right. We lost in the FA Cup to Millwall. An absolutely embarrassing start to this, isn't it? We haven't won anything. Yes, we've gone through a transfer embargo, but just put one on us again. Honestly, not literally, but we're so terrible. Why is Fernandes in the team as well? We've got to get Luke Shaw back, and we've got to shore that defence up, because Maguire and Smalling, it is the end of you. Board are fuming, and they also want a Champions League place and a cup and a Champions League final. Believe it or not, them expectations have gone down. But with all the money we've got, still with all the money we have, the Glazers continue to rain fire on our job, making it harder by selling Anthony. Real Madrid, and it's a huge sum of money, but that is one of Ten Hag's marquee players. They still have gave us the money, however, to actually go and sign a main centre-half, a versatile centre-half, should I say. Jules Koundé is going to join from Barcelona and be the man who just is a rock. Sorry, Harry Maguire, but he is straight out of the team, and he is going to be partnered with Scott McTominay. Yes, we're Man United, but with the transfers making it difficult, we're still going with him. Very difficult challenge here, but I tell you what, that attack, even though Garnacho's in, could win us a title, you know. I'm also going to make a very controversial change and put Hannibal in the midfield over Van de Beek. It's his time to shine. Ugh. And although it might not be the biggest loss, we have lost Anthony Martial. It's the fact we've got to replace them that matters. And we don't have anyone sat on the bench for Arsenal. That is absolutely perfect. Thank you for screwing me overboard with that one. Still, we've got a big defender in, and he does that job. I guess the only benefit we can really take from a season is we have Champions League in and out, because the league this season is not looking good, bruv. 9th in the table. In the Champions League, it's not drawn yet. Here we are. We've got Lazio, Braga and Salzburg. Now, I don't want to talk badly about other teams, but we've got the glorious group. The group that should be easy. This is the banker. This is the one we win. Yes, and we do have something to celebrate. No, it's not the Champions League. No, it's none of his objectives. But we are through to a Carabao Cup semi-final. Arsenal await as we are second in the league. We're chasing City this time. Last time they chased us and they beat us. That gives me some faith as... No. No. How have we actually pulled that off? We have finished third in a one-horse race. Lazio and Salzburg going through. We're destined for Europa. Safe to say the players are not happy with that. We do have a 90 rated Holland right now. It's just Garnacho that needs to improve. Hannibal stepped in. I like how he stepped in. Pickford's still here. McTominay's still there. It's not his defense, I don't think. Looking at the ratings of players, we've not got many goal scorers. Garnacho's not scoring. Yeah, we've got 3 there, but Garnacho's out of the link. Once one player's out of the link, they all are. And performing-wise, Hannibal's been pretty good. There is no ultimate fix for this. All we've got to try and do now is maybe pick up that Carabao. Hey, at least we've reached the semi-final in the Europa League, so I'd take any chance of silverware. I don't know if we're in the FA Cup still. So we've got to try and prove ourselves right here. An unhappy Garnacho, but we do win. Rashford with a brace. Let's finally get in this final, shall we? Yes! A final! A cup final! And the final, get in there, we finally won a trophy. That is another one, or should I say the first in the cabinet. Hannibal in the first minute as well, and Bruno won the cup against his former team. Missed a penalty out of respect as well, but we've still got the job done. So it took a day to process that Manchester United do have their first trophy. The board are very crucial with us, and we've got a new built team. We've moved Fernandes back, Diallo forward, Garnacho. Definitely need to add signings now, though. We've got a trophy and we're still in the Champions League. We are expected to reach the final off. Nothing new there. I'm happy with how the squad is overall. I have dropped Hannibal back out, as you may have seen, and Coman. He's our backup player through the academy, but I do want a backup striker, and I do need another centre-half. Sorry, Scott, you're not a centre-back, as there is absolutely no messing around bringing our next player in. A player that knocked us out of the Champions Leagues just mere seasons ago. In comes new Man United centre-half, Facundo Medina, the new butcherer for us. He's 6 foot. So he is taller than Martinez. And he was in the Sevilla side. Not in real life, but he beat us, of course, in that Champions League semi-final. But he's not the only one. The Glazers actually getting their wallet out. I'm guessing that after this, we're going to lose some players. There is Jimenez, the Mexican striker, living the dream now in the Prem as the backup to Holland. Jesus, 57 million. That is a lot for a backup. I knew they wouldn't let us spend that money without getting rid of someone. Scott McTominay, straight away we get one in. And one has to go out. The board selling literally players to Arsenal, a direct rival. And they've took our prodigy away from us. They put him on the transfer list, Harry Maguire. And he's just gone to Liverpool. Oh no, it's Spurs, sorry. They sold him to Spurs instead. So Ange's going to get the best out of him. You can just tell. At least we should get it back on track with Leeds United. A rivalry which Manchester United can't afford to lose. It is a win. And it is a bit of nerve-settling business. And this club is in crisis because Alejandro Garnacho, not Garnacho, man. You can't sell him. Oh, it is only a loan. I mean, it's a 2-year loan to Milan, but I really didn't want to lose him. In a pivotal season, it's going to be Diallo forced to the wing again. Mount comes in. We've got a very weak bench, but it is full of mostly youth players that, and I am hoping it can take us forward in the Champions League somehow. And despite our losses, we actually are top of the tree so far. Scott McTominay at Arsenal just behind us, but Champions League. Leverkusen, Sociedad, Copenhagen. Time for an actual push. I'm looking at this. I'm seeing Rapid Vienna. I'm seeing Sociedad. And I am seeing us finish bottom of the group. Manchester United and Champions League groups do not align. What is going wrong here with the Red Devils? Guarantees us another season as the league is fully open. Aston Villa are top. Seriously, I know we've got some less than capable players here, especially on the bench, but Manchester United, as defense, we've got 90 rated players. We've got all of them. Rashford, Højlund, Fernandes, Koundé. We've still got an amazing spine while still putting the Man United youth players in, doing it the Man United way. But again, we're depending on a Carabao Cup. And we need revenge on Arsenal. Okay, though. We do have a final here against Newcastle. The Carabao Cup. We beat Arsenal and we've won on penalties. So a trophy gets the board off us back a little bit. But despite that trophy, I'm guessing it hasn't gone well because I see the critical objective. But then I see we've completed the objective. We're in the FA Cup final. We've got Preston. But not only that, we have won the Premier League. So that is 2 of the 3 objectives ticked off. We've done the transfer embargo. We have won the league finally. 7 points over Liverpool. Why are the board complaining? Will they ever be satisfied? I mean, we've got to beat Preston. Surely we have to beat Preston to keep our job. We've got to simulate this, and we have done it. That is the FA Cup in the cabinet as well. Ahmad, Højlund, and Luke Shaw. A domestic treble with this team as well. I knew we had 90 raters who could carry us through it. There is only one trophy that eludes us now. We've got youth coming through. Look at Fernandes, Shadire, Mejbri. We've got Mainu on the bench right here, but I am loving this squad. Diallo's worked his way in. Rashford and Højlund as our main front three. To my absolute surprise, we are still in charge of Manchester United. We've got to win the league, win the cup, and win the Champions League. I'm surprised that we're still in a job, even though we just won a treble. That's how it is here. Gotta get the best out of this bunch. I mean, we've got to try and win it all. We lost a goalkeeper. Bayadir did leave, if that were his name. I mean, money. We don't see that. We literally don't see that. It goes straight in the Glazers' pocket. And we haven't spent anything. Going to the first game of the season, we've got City, Chelsea, and we've just lost to Arsenal. That is rough. I'm guessing things could get better for City, right? A draw. Alright, I didn't even want to watch. Instead, I just wanted to go and get ourselves a new backup goalkeeper. Thomas Strakoschka. Yes, we're going for Brenton Old Boys, who are in the Championship. I think it's something Manchester United would do. The likes of Tom Heaton's gone before, Jack Butland. It's all about the first team and the main team that still kept its spine. And that's literally going to be the only signing for a 15th place Manchester United side. There's always time to rebuild as the Champions League, yet again, not revealed. We need to win this group with Monaco, Union Berlin, and FC Basel. And I said recover. That is not recovery. Manchester United in 10th. Still only, what, almost 18 points, I think it is, off top spot. As long as we threw in the Champions League, I don't mind. That is the aim. And we are. Juventus will be a challenge. But we actually finished top of the group. That is amazeballs. As you can see, our team right here is still improving. I'm liking Diallo and Dewsbury Hall, despite their low rating. And I'm liking how we've grown some youth to actually fit on the bench. If we do make it to the final 1 year, I hope they play. And we are unfortunately at the Carabao Cup. No Sky Sports top 6 in that one. We went out. Oh, it must have been very early on. Round 3 to Preston on penalties. They've got their revenge. And Juventus, come on. We've got a team worthy of beating them. Can we get through? We've won the first leg. And there's still another leg to go, however. We've got to make sure we get the job done, and that's us into a quarter. Oh, Sevilla as well. Medina's ex-club and the team that tripped us up. In the memories I want to forget. Absolutely hated what happened there in Spain. As we do get the first leg win, but I'm still not convinced. Please don't lose this second leg. Yes, lads! Get in, Skamaka. No deal for the world's best player, Højlund. If you don't believe me, he's already got 30 goals this season, and his wage is almost 600k a week. I absolutely love how this is going, but we've got to beat Manchester City, who I think were at the top of the table, the direct rivals, without Jules Koundé. They've even got a 90 rated Pickford in net, and they cannot stop us. Old Trafford, Manchester is red. What a great result. We could make a final here, if only the thing that happened in Sevilla doesn't happen. Oh my days, we've squeezed it. 2-1 on the night at the Etihad. Haaland, no match for Højlund. We will face PSG in the final, so it is going to be a very tough opposition. We've got Crystal Palace in the FA Cup final, though, before we do face Paris Saint-Germain and see our league position. Rashford suspended, but we do win it on penalties. Get in there. Trophies have been good to us, but there's only one trophy we want right now. In the Premier League as well, oh, we gave it a good go. Arsenal finished top, but this Man United team, it's never gonna stop. We've got to win the Champions League with this team right here. We do have Jimenez as a super sub, but apart from that, we've done it in the Man United way and got youth players, 4 in fact on the bench. We've got a couple in the team, and we've got to go out there and win the big one now. So far, we've won that Premier League, we've won the treble, we've won a trophy this season, but it still needs more. Ten Haag has been stopped by those pesky Glazers, and he's not been able to make the signings he wants. Now, he's got chance for revenge on them. So we've got to play our hearts out. Kylian Mbappe is putting the press on us. They might still have Raphael Varane if he's not retired by now. Decent run down the line, but we've lost it. They've even got Joshua Kimmich in the midfield who was robbed, and that is a brilliant sidestep from Holland. He needs to get going right now. The world's best player on the best stage, Bruno Fernandes, doesn't get his playstyle plus ball through. He really needed to take that chance. Still, we'll keep pressing on though as Holland sidesteps again. The man creating everything, Bruno Fernandes. Oh, but Kylian Mbappe, it's not long till they slip themselves through. He's pulled it back, and Ousmane Dembele. Manchester United rocked right here as PSG take the lead. Come on, lads, if Newcastle United can do it, we can definitely do it with the power team that we have now. Good finish, but we've got to wake up. Amad Diallo's got to get us going now as he slipped a ball through to Bruno. Hang on, could we have an instant equaliser here? It's Rasmus Højlund, and it is. It is literally instant from the boy wonder. A brilliant finish from the Manchester United man sends the fans mental, and we are level again. It's still 0-0, lads, but PSG, of course, attack straight from that. Diego Dalot in their team. We've got to watch their passing. It is very good. Pickford saved us there, and that is the half-time whistle. So it is all to play for still in this Champions League final. I didn't check where we're playing this, but it looks like it's the Schalke ground due to the advertising boards. We've got to try and get defense going here. Wan-Bissaka, but it's every time we tackle them, the ball falls straight back to Paris, as that's a chance for Alphonso Davies. They are so much the better team as Paris, as Kylian Mbappe almost slipped through. Dodgy pass across the back into Jefferson Koundé, but we have released it, and now they might have another chance. Mario Lemina playing the ball around the corner for Jordan Pickford to save. We cannot let Lemina have an impact. Good block from Medina, and now we run. Or I thought we would. No one making a support run for Bruno, but we've got it through onto Luke Shaw. Marcus Rashford. Manchester United playing some good football here. It's Mason Mount. Very greedy play, but still he's got the ball back now. Will he be unselfish? It's a brilliant ball over to Amad Diallo, who doesn't fail to score. The Ivorian has hammered it home from Manchester United, and we are 2-1 up. What a chance taken from him. Ball over the top, touchdown on the knee, and a volley just brilliantly into the bottom corner. Man United lead, and Erik Ten Haag has got his redemption arc. Oh, and we're stealing the ball off bad passing from them. It could be over really soon. It looks like PSG have given up. Rasmus Højlund at the back stick. Good save from Donnarumma, not long left. We need to complete this Manchester United dynasty, and why not take this on with Bruno Fernandes. Good save, Donnarumma. With the game carrying on, Dewsbury Hall, Marcus Rashford saved from the big Italian who beat him in the Euros, but it doesn't matter. Manchester United have their hands on the Champions League. The dynasty is completed. The fans and the players are running onto the field. We have done it in Germany, and Man United have won the lot. They're never gonna stop. I'm sure the song goes something like that, as I don't know who's lifting it. It isn't Luke Shaw, is it? It's gonna be Bruno Fernandes. He stayed captain. We kept the faith. As lazy as he may look in some games, he is the best player in this team. And that is the trophy into the sky. We have done what we needed to do here at Manchester United. If you did enjoy this rebuild with a big team, let me know if you want them to continue in the comments below. If not, and you've got suggestions for future saves, do let me know down there as well. And I will, of course, try and get around to those.